Good morning, Rhoda. It is, what day is it? This morning I had an interview, and so I'm in my pretty shirt. The only shirt that makes me look pretty. But I'm not super comfortable right now, so there we go, that's better. And now I'm wearing my Pixie shirt. It's the first time I've gotten to wear my Pixie shirt since I got it. So my interview this morning went well, and I talked about myself and how awesome I am, and I don't do that often. It's an interesting experience though. I've been reading a book about crisis intervention lately, and it's really interesting to me just the whole notion of reframing, which is basically what crisis intervention workers do, is help people in crisis reframe their crises so that it's not as much of a crisis. And it occurred to me this morning that that's what I was doing. I was reframing my life, reframing all of my work experience and who I am and what I do in a positive way. More positive than I usually see myself and my experience. I don't exactly have a negative view of myself or my experience, but it could be better. And I didn't say anything this morning about myself that was a lie, that was untrue. I just said things in a different way. I viewed situations differently to make them seem more positive. But it didn't make them seem more positive, it made them more positive. It made me more positive about myself and what I've done and where I've been and where I can go from here. My biggest takeaway from the experience and from reading about crisis intervention and reframing and from having to talk about myself positively and reframe my own life is that I think that's something I need to keep doing. I need to keep up with that. If I can think of myself the same way that I talk of myself when I'm in a job interview, how much happier would I be? And honestly, I think that goes for everybody. I mean, you can look at a failed relationship, you can look at failure in your work environment, you can look at all kinds of negative situations and reframe them. Because it's there. It's like a thorough reading of a novel, but it's a thorough reading of your life. The intent, the actual events of your life really don't matter as much as how you look at them. And I am endeavoring now to look at my life positively. And what I do, why I do it, everything, I'm trying to reframe that perpetually. And I thought I would share that experience, and hopefully that's something that you can think about, is why do you consider failures failures? What can you reimagine about them? What can you reframe to make them not failures? Because they don't have to be. How can you reframe, positive things to make them even more positive? How can you talk about your opportunities, which is kind of a term that's thrown around a lot in management and stuff, it's an opportunity, it's not a problem. And that's weird diplomatic phrasing, but if you embrace the concept of opportunity instead of failure or struggle, then it's powerful. And it's a thing that you can actually start to utilize in your life. If you'd like to read more about reframing, I can put a link in the doobly-doo to the book that I've been reading, which is sort of a textbook, but is really compelling nonetheless. You should read about reframing and consider it, and maybe reframe your life, and I will see you later.